Hi, my name is Simran, and today I'm going to be talking about my essay that I wrote on the use of animals for scientific endeavors. There are about 8.7 million different species of animals, and their lives are just as valuable as ours. Just because they cannot talk, that does not mean we use them for our personal benefits. If animals were to take human lives just to find medication cures for them, would that be justified? Are you going to sit quietly at home seeing all these animals get tortured when they have done no harm to you in return? Today, I will start off with introducing the topic, then I'll give a brief description about my thesis statement and how I found my research. I'll give some input on my discovery, and I'll end off with a conclusion. I argue that killing and torturing animals for scientific endeavors is unethical and unjustified. The use of animals for scientific endeavors would be using them in labs to do experiments and using them to test medication used for human needs. While doing research, I found that a lot of people supported the use of scientific endeavors, but there were also people that opposed it. As Masterson et al. States, most patients that went through treatment or took medications were the ones that were in support of using animals for testing, whereas the ones that were healthy and did not go through any treatments or took any medications were the ones that were against it. I was surprised when I found this out because, as I said earlier, animals' lives aren't valued as much, and people that went through treatments should know how it feels to not be in the best environment, and still they support the use of animals despite knowing that. In my essay, I discussed how it's unethical to use animals for scientific endeavors. I had three main points. My first point was that animals and human bodies are very different, and therefore many medications that cured animals have not worked in saving the human life, so it is unethical to use animals. My second point was that animals should be considered equal to humans. Their suffering should be taken into account and their pain should be considered. If animals don't kill humans for their cures, then why should humans kill animals? My third point was that animals get killed for baseless reasons, such as in labs and experiments done by scientists that have not shown any positive result in humans, and therefore their life is just disregarded. In my research, I found that a majority of the articles supported my thesis statement, which was animal testing is unethical. The article showed that alternative methods instead of using animals for testing should be found. Moreover, all articles that I found agreed with one another. All articles said that instead of using animals, alternative methods should be used, and I would like to investigate what other methods could be used, and if scientists have already started investigating using other methods, and if they have, were they successful? How did they result? Was there any success? Were they a fail? I would like to know more knowledge about what these alternative methods could be, and if they have been tried to get invented before and used before for testing. Overall, in my essay, I conclude that using animals for scientific endeavors is not ethical because they have different environment than humans. They have different mental and physical health compared to humans as well, and how they should have rights just like humans do. Animals also get used in labs for testing, even though it is proven in many cases that testing that has showed a positive result on animals have shown negative results in humans. So all these animals gave up their lives for no reason. I argue that animals should not be used for testing in labs because it is very unethical and not justified. In this picture, we see a quote. The quote says, "The history of cancer research has been a history of curing cancer in the mouse. We have cured mice of cancer for decades, and it simply didn't work in humans." This quote is by Richard Klausner under the National Cancer Institute. This quote is telling us that mice were put through treatments to find cures for cancer in humans, but unfortunately, they were unable to do so. These cures that they found only showed positive results on mice, whereas in humans, they didn't work. Humans need to stand up and be the voice of these animals. This is not justified against their lives, and it needs to stop. An action needs to be taken, and humans need to take it. Animal testing should be stopped. Many people are going to oppose this by saying that humans need animals to survive, But the way humans need to think about it is that animals don't need us to use us to test medication for them, so why should we use them to test medication? Why should we kill them when they don't harm us? We need to put ourselves in their place and then think about it. If they're not doing bad to us, then why are we doing bad to them? Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Thank you.